one part of Gomery's outreach efforts has been with Sea Grant, and I've been very proud to be part of that Gomery legacy, sharing oil spill science, as is the rest of my team. Drawing on something that a previous speaker had spoken about, Robert Twilley from Sea Grant, Louisiana Sea Grant. Sea Grant is a collection of 34 university-based programs located in every state along the coastal United States and US territories. We have a mission to promote and enhance the practical and responsible use of our coastal and marine resources through science-based information sharing and doing so in a non-advocacy manner. We have a more than 50-year history serving America's communities, including coastal communities, including those here in the Gulf of Mexico. So as other speakers have mentioned, there's been this partnership between Gomery and the Sea Grant programs here in the Gulf. You can see all of my teammates listed here, and I'd just like to give a real quick shout out to all of them to thank them for their time helping prep for this event, but also for being online behind the scenes right now, providing tech support. So I'd like to thank every single one of them for their help on this event. And as I mentioned, our team shares oil spill science, and we've done this not just here in Louisiana, not just here in the region in the Gulf of Mexico, but nationally and internationally as well. We've done this with a variety of target audiences, ranging from those who could use information for technical on-the-job decision-making, or because their livelihoods depend on a clean and healthy Gulf of Mexico. So one of the target audiences that we interact with quite frequently are emergency responders. So I actually had a chance during the pandemic to sit down over Zoom with 3 emergency response folks from the state of Louisiana and get their insights on what they feel all of this science that Gomery has put forth in the past decade, and also just that ability to have it shared with them through outlets like Sea Grant, what that's meant to them.
We're a not-for-profit oil spill cooperative that provides oil spill response services, which include mechanical recovery, in-situ burning, wildlife rehabilitation equipment, and dispersant services for the offshore exploration and production companies in the Gulf of Mexico.
The Coast Guard has several different roles relating to oil spills on our waterways. Our primary mission is to actively oversee the cleanup process and ensure the oil is removed safely, efficiently, and in a timely manner. We also seek to determine a responsible party and the source of a discharge. If we are unable to determine a responsible party, the Coast Guard will use pre-allocated federal funding to hire a company and clean up the product ourselves.
As the administrator of the Emergency and Radiological Services Division, my staff are responsible for actually responding to oil spills, citizen complaints, radiological emergencies. So our staff is available 24/7, 365 days a year to respond to any type of emergency. So I've got 55 people within my group located around the state of Louisiana, and we are ready to respond to any type of emergency, not just oil spills. So we have a lot of equipment, vessels, boats, planes, airboats, lots of equipment that we can use to monitor air and water to ensure that the citizens of the state of Louisiana are safe and that the environment is clean.
Spill research provides to the public information concerning environmental effects from oil spills, what damage spills, and the response may occur as a result. In addition, science informs us as to the effects from alternative strategies like in-situ burning or dispersant use, and somewhat new methods called what we call surface collecting agents and their effects on the environment for both plants and animals. So that scientific research also provides us some expectation how the environment will recover as a result of oil spills. This research also provides a means to improve our response procedures in the future as to how and when to mount a response given the type of oil, and what response methods will be the most effective given the environment the spill has occurred in.
So as MSTs, we attend quite a bit of training related to oil spills and hazardous material related matters. For our organization, training is very important because in the event of an oil spill, we have to consider a multitude of factors such as the trajectory of an oil, the recovery rate based on equipment being used, the actual product that was spilled. Being familiar with the entire process allows us to respond quicker before the impact of an incident grows.
Well, Louisiana is an oil producing state. So there are so many opportunities for research and improvement in oil spill science. Again, our employees need to stay abreast of new research and new techniques and new ideas. We can't be stuck with the same old, booms and pad mentality for responding to spills. There's so many new products and so much new research that's coming out that we need to be able to recognize and utilize what will work in Louisiana's unique environment.
Sea Grant with Gomery in particular has done an outstanding job creating oil spill science information through publications, workshops, videos regarding a host of topics, including oil properties, movement, dispersants and response, wildlife habitat impacts, and human impacts. This research alone has provided, a wealth of knowledge that we didn't have before, and has added to that knowledge that was already there. That was, in my opinion, was absent during MC252. A lot of that information wasn't available, or it wasn't fully developed, I guess you could say. And all of that research has been, extremely valuable in providing, factual information to the public at all levels and in all levels of government now. And it's that information is now available to decision makers. So they can look at that. They can, they have that information available. They can look at it. You guys have synthesized all this information into these great spill pamphlets that kind of show people what the impacts of oil spills are and how they affect you, and then just boils down all that information. And then you have all the research that was done. You have it well referenced, all the studies that were done, and that stuff just wasn't available before.
Sea Grant's outreach programs funded by Gomery provide extensive knowledge and experience-related training to the community, federal, state, and industry partners to better understand the effects of oil to the environment and best removal strategies specific to each event. Coordinating with these partners in the field is built on the initial face-to-face interaction with state agencies and industry that these programs and trainings by Sea Grant provide.
Louisiana's residents are very connected to their individual environment. The commercial fishermen, the recreational fishermen, the hunters and trappers, they know their marsh, they know their wetlands, they know their waterways and their water bodies. And we need to as a response organization, a response agency, we need to recognize that and leverage those local resources for their information and their background and history. They have so much of a story to tell. We just need a better way to connect with them. Sea Grant was instrumental in helping the state of Louisiana engage with citizens that have so much to offer in the history of the community. So they've helped response agencies to get in touch with the ideas and recommendations from the local fishermen. It's also helped our agency engage more with academia, who has a lot of cutting edge ideas and new products that may be useful to us that we're not quite as fluent in. Sea Grant has provided that bridge for us to connect with those two entities. And
And I'd also like to thank the emergency responders who were featured in this video for taking the time to be part of this event.